Should we overlap that in the centre and then put two bits?
And I'll probably flip it and overlap it the other side as well.
So just 3 pieces.
Even just the centre.
Modern,
That's quite a big one, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've done that and that.
Yeah.
Go a bit further over anyway.
Right, the edges.
We can fold it around, can't we?
So just put that one over now and then. Put it in place. Kirsty.
Homemade Chateau. It's a 34.5. Half a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, onto that line. That line there. Good.
I think that would be nice, just simple.
I think
Once
so.
the tassels on, I think it'll look nice.
So, we're on with one of the final jobs for the bedroom. Now we've got the curtains up for the canopy, which is looking amazing.
Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, all your hard work.
Everyone's.
So now we've got the last little bit of fabric left.
And it is the last bit of fabric. We're working by the millimetre with this fabric because we can't get it no more, can you?
No.
We've tried because it has been a struggle.
To work it all out, We've tried so many different ways of making the curtains and doing a pelmet.
Yeah.
And luckily, we've just worked it out. So what we've just been doing is creating the template for what will be the pelmet. So we're just using this, it's for underneath flooring, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's perfect because of it's dead lightweight, it's flexible, easy to cut, and it's quite rigid as well, so it's perfect for a base. So we've got a very sort of simple design.
Yeah, because you didn't want to take over, it didn't want to sort of we didn't want to lose the curtains in it, did we?
No, we don't want to take anything away from any of the room. This is purely just a small decorative trim around it to hide the top of the curtains and stuff like that. So the next stage is we need to get this cut out up to the sort of level it's going to be. We're going to put it inside the backing fabric and the fabric that we have on the front, and we're going to use some spray glue to try and
that'll
stick
give
it
it
on.
a nice flat, it'll be nice and
Surface.
flat onto there, it's what you want.
Yeah, so we'll spray that on, put the fabric on so it's nice and flat and even, and then hand it over to you.
With my machine.
Yeah, and you'll be able to work your magic on stitching the lines and go from there, really. So we'll crack on now.
Let's go.
And see how we get on.
Shall I cut it out first?
Yeah, so cut a little bit.
Yeah, a bit extra.
Along it.
From that side.
I think so. What about an inch extra?
Yeah. Well, what about that far? That'd be plenty enough to tuck in.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You don't want too much. So you're all ready for stitching, Mum?
Well, here it goes. I've never done one of these before, but I've never owned a chateau before.
So inside we've got the foam stuff, haven't we? Whatever it is.
Yep.
And we've glued it on, pinned it to the edge, and now we're just gonna
stitch it up. This doesn't have to be particularly tidy because we're going to put the trim on it, aren't we? So
yeah.
I'll get this stitched first, then sew the trim on. So hopefully,
fingers crossed it'll all go well.
We'll see.
While Mum's stitching all of this and getting that sorted, I thought I'd come and sort out a candelabra, which is in pieces, to look like this one. So we can get all the electrics in and have two nice candelabras in the 400 hallway.
And they look lovely.
Yeah, it'll look beautiful, won't it?
Yep.
So I'll let you crack on and I'll get on with this.
Yep.
Good luck.
A little bit of edge so I can sew the tape to this edge. What's left? So yeah, it seems to be going okay.
So back in the bedroom, Mum.
We are getting the last bit up.
Final bit to get done is the pelmet, just to finish it off. Now, quite a lot of people saying obviously that French houses don't really have pelmets, but I've seen quite a lot where they actually do.
Yeah.
And I think we just sort of need it just to finish it off, doesn't it?
Just because of the style of the room, and obviously it just needs it in here.
Yeah, just to finish it off.
Yeah.
So we've made a sort of fixed pelmet. Well, Mum has, and it looks brilliant. It's turned out really well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Considering we've never done it. Hopefully it fits. So we're going to get it up now. We're just going to staple it up because I can't see us ever wanting to remove it anytime soon.
No, and we can't wash it. We can't do anything with it to take it down. If it needs cleaning, we can clean it up there. So
yeah, it's not like we can put it in the washing machine.
No.
So yeah, we're just going to tack it up in place, and then hopefully that's the last bit done in here.
Yeah.
And we can start looking at getting furniture in.
Yeah.
So we'll crack on now. And there we have it. Pelmet's all done. And to be honest, it's been so easy to make. Considering this is the first one that we've ever made, it's turned out fantastic, personally, I think. Obviously, from the tiny bit of fabric that we had left over, that Mum had stitched together to give us a nice full length. And then obviously that really determined the sort of depth that we had to work with to create a pelmet. Now, we didn't really want anything too sort of elaborate because we didn't want it to obviously detract away from the actual style of the room or the curtains. So it's just purely there to finish them off. That's why the design's not too over the top. It's just very subtle. It's got a couple of little curves to it and that's it. But yeah, like I said, it's fantastic. And we've used obviously whatever we had lying around. So the base for it, all we used was the boards for the laminate flooring and stuck those together. So we had two of those, sellotaped them together, and then we used the spray adhesive to stick the fabric to that to give us a nice flat finish. And then stitching the trim on, and voila, it's all finished. And we've just tacked it in place with some staples. And yeah, luckily when we were doing it all, we thought ahead of it. So when we put the coving up, we left probably about a 5mm gap before where the support was for the pelmet. So it's just tucked in nicely behind there and it finishes it off perfectly. So yeah, let us know what you think. I know quite a lot of people were saying that chateaus and stuff in France don't actually have pelmets, but I've done a bit of research and there's still a lot that actually do have pelmets. So that's why we decided to actually do one, because I've seen them in different sort of pictures and stuff of Louis XV style rooms, and they did actually have them. So that's why we decided to still go ahead with it and actually do it. And personally, I think it finishes it off quite nicely. So let us know what you think. Obviously, if it looks nicer with the pelmet up, or if you prefer it when it didn't have the pelmet up. Either way, obviously they both looked good. It's just another finishing touch really to it. So yeah, now that's done, we're finally on to the final stage of actually getting furniture in now. Now all these jobs have done, which seem to have taken forever, we can start looking at getting the wardrobe in and some tables and stuff like that. And the reason being why it's took so long is just because of the finish that we're wanting in here. So we're wanting a nice sort of high-end finish, all the way down to like the screws that we're using. So the screws that we're using for, say, like locks and catches and stuff, we're using all of the original flathead screws, which I've had to go to a brocante, rummage through where they've got all the screws, get the ones that we need, spray them, and then put them on, just so it looks like they've always been there really, and they've always been in situ. So it's everything like that we're doing. So it's the attention to detail to make it original and authentic really. So when you come here and you stay, it just looks like it's the room it was 100, 200 years ago. It's just been sort of cleaned up and freshened up. So it's things like that that add to the look, and you think you don't notice, but you do. It's just a subconscious thing. When you're walking around, you notice all these tiny little things, and all the little details add up to the big details. So yeah, that's why it's taken so long. So now all of that's done, we can finally get on to the last stage of getting the furniture in the bed, getting the furniture in the bedroom, and getting the bed. So back to the bed. We still don't know what we're doing with that. The one that we wanted, unfortunately, it's sold. So we're on the lookout for another one, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get that sorted. But we'll keep you updated with that. So for now, we're going to crack on with the final bits, and then we'll be able to update you with the furniture and go from there. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please like it. Obviously, it massively helps us. I know a lot of you have done it in the last couple of videos. So thank you so much. Let us know what you think to the pelmet, if you like it, or if you prefer it without it. And we will catch you in the next video. So thank you very much. See you soon. Bye. If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history, get exclusive videos.